nice guy, a nice guy, yeah? He winds up getting angry at another guy, and he does, in the most ugly way, he gets the guy, he puts him in the trunk, drives him around, he kills the guy, and then he tries to shred him up into pieces. They got caught at the end. How does this a guy that works for EMT wind up being a murderer? So I heard him once telling somebody he was playing out something you saw on TV. He got angry and he started doing things that he saw. When you're looking at something and you're listening, and I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the pale. I'm talking about Pashat, the Hanochas of the world, the way the Goy thinks about things. You're listening to the news, and you're listening to the situation and how the Goy understands it. You're listening to a professional psychiatrist, and he's going to tell you how to understand it. You know something? That's exactly the way not to understand it. As a Yid, you have to look how to understand it in the way the Eibusher tells you to understand it. Between Teiv and Ra, between Golus and Geula. This is how you're supposed to understand things. And if you look at, so I realized I got to stay away from watching these things. And you should know that one of the biggest nisim that I had is I didn't watch TV. But I never once sat down to watch a show. And I know I'm here tight for time, so I want to share with you two things that happened with me in this matzah. And that maybe you can take something from it. I was once sitting, and I can tell you exactly which cell it was also. It was cell number 217. That's the one I walked out, tripped over the wire. And it was the first year, so second year. And I was sitting, I was learning. I learned, I doubted what I was doing. Outside this room, there was a telephone. And the telephone was for use for prisoners. So you can hear all the Narasha talk on this telephone. If you do have slats, you can hear all the Narasha talk. A guy gets on the phone, and suddenly I hear a conversation, a vile, global conversation. He said words I didn't think that a human being can even say what he said. And it was definitely something I didn't want to forget. I didn't even hear such things. When somebody hears something you don't want to hear, that was it. But it shocked me so much, I jumped up, and I wanted to see who, welche chazer, you know, in Yiddish, welche chazer that is. So every door has a little window. I jumped up, and if I didn't do it before in prison, I trained myself not to do something without thinking what I'm going to do. So I jumped up to see who it is. I stopped myself and I said to myself, well, why do you want to see who it is? So I started this in my mind. I started this back and forth. Of course I want to see who this is, because I want to see which Chazar is talking. So when I see him, I should step aside. I shouldn't have anything to do with him. That was above my answer, because I had nothing to do with anybody. I had nothing to do with anybody. So it wasn't Dafka this good that I stayed away from. I stayed with everybody. So why Dafka do I want to see him? I didn't have an answer. Because the Yitzhahara pushing me to look at the guy, and I chapsich, why does the Yitzhahara wanting me to look at this guy? Forget it. Because when I see this Chazar, I'll remind myself what he said. When you take your Keich Hariyah and you connect it with Keich HaShmiyah, right, suddenly it becomes part of you, and you'll remember what he said. And I desperately wanted to forget what he said. So I figured the other way around. Don't look at his face, don't see this, don't know who it is, doesn't make it. My curiosity wanted to sink in. I was really curious. I forced myself to sit down, and I didn't look. And you know something? I forgot what he said. I can't tell you today what the conversation was about, because I forgot. Not only that, since then, I made sure my avodah was. I had a lot of. I was living with a bunch of really, really difficult people, and I heard a lot of times really crazy things this way, that way. I never turned around to look who was talking. Because I figured out that if I see the guy's face, and when he talked, I'll remember what he said when I see him. I didn't want to remember, so I kept to myself. So this is one of the things that you have to remember, that when you're using Keich Hariyah, it's not that you looked at something as stamazek, yeah? You look at the Teda. I have a minute, you look at the Teda. The Teda, the first Maimonim in Parshas Bereshis. It's a small mind, you can learn yourself. It says that the Eibusher chased out the Marishan out of Berlin. It was a perfect world. The Abel chased him out. Why did he chase him out? It said, the Pasuk says that now that he knows, now that the Adam ate from the Eitz Hadas, and he knows Tev and Ra, he can't be in the Galatin. Right? Because now he knows Tev is and Ra is. So the Alter Rebbe asked, 1 second, what do you mean that he knows what Tev and Ra is? The Maila, the Malachim, the Abish himself knows what Tev and Ra is. What do you mean? Why is a person worse than me? Because he knows Tev and Ra, I gotta kick him out. And he gives an amazing explanation that we can remember taking out everyday life. The Alter Rebbe explains that a person is a pnimi. When a person hears something and sees something, it becomes part of the way he understands what he's next going to do about something. So if a person has ra, a person sees something or understands something which is in the world of klipa, suddenly his way of processing the information is automatically contaminated with that piece of information. It's impossible for him. The Maila, the English is able to separate this is Tevis and Ra, and the Maila is separated. In this world, supposed to give a pnimi, a person is created in a way that when he understands, he sees something, and he understands something, it becomes part of the way he processes information. Suddenly, he can't process information that's good without the interference of the Ra that he brought into himself. And that's why once the Adam knew Ra, he can't be in anymore. Think about it. A lot of times you look at something, we hear something, the man has come in like, yeah, it's like above myself. It's like above myself. If you take in a Goyish way of thinking, I'm not talking about the Goyish way of thinking. I know Chatzayim of Teva is important. They do things only that make sense. He has to be responsible. What kind of responsible are you following the cop? You're Yid. Do things they to once. When you get into that frame of mind, then you can process information properly. If you start taking information for granted, you can't process information properly. And the second thing I want to share with you is like this. There was a guy there he claimed to be Yid, I'm not sure he was even a Yid. And he used to much me to sit with him, like this. And he used to want to watch it. There was a lot of tables. I watch a show. I told him I don't watch TV. Why not? I told him because I don't want to see what's on there. Violence. You understood me? One day he comes to me and says, Rabbi, tonight is a show, it's a family show. Family show, what does that mean, supposed to mean? And maybe no violence, I want to watch a show with you. Now, I tried to keep lines of communication open. I wasn't about to sit down with him and watch a TV show anyways. I don't do that. Why not? So I want to share with you. And I'm hoping maybe you can take it even further and understand the danger of what it means when you're watching these screens. And that I was in a matzav that I was pashat, negeya, to life, to be able to tell the difference between truth and false. It's important. Anybody can understand. If you want to go through life, you have to know what is true and what's a lie. Because if you're going on a road that's leading you on a lie, somewhere down the road, you're going to be very, 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 very disappointed because you lead to nowhere or to worse, right? So you always want to make sure that you know which is the truth. What's the truth? That's why we learn. The Eibishter gave us 5 chushim. Think about it this way. I want you to thought. The Eibishter gave us 5 chushim, 5 senses, with which we're able to see the world and relate to it, which is seeing. We see the world around us. Baruch Hashem. We hear voices. We can communicate. We can taste food. We can smell smells, and we can touch. And feel something hard or something soft. And these are the 5 senses that He gave us, so we can relate to know to what the world around us is like. Out of all the 5 senses David gave us, the only sense, think about this, the only out of 5, the only chush we have, with which we're able to establish what is true and what is a lie, is our koach hariyah. When we see something. When we see something, we know it's true. When we hear something, not that. Right? You see, Reuben gave Shimon $100, you know Reuben gave Shimon $100. If you heard that Reuben gave Shimon money, not that, it could be a nice, or fake news. Definitely, if you're tasting something, you know if it's real. If you're touching something, you know you're touching. The only, that's why the Eibishter says in Dvarim, they mentioned this a few times. Atem le'isem, you yourself saw the Eibishter come down on Har Sinai and tell you, Lech Hashem Elokecha, Elei Yechal Hashem Elokecha, right? in the Rambam. Everyone knows the Rambam over here. Right in his mother, the Rambam writes, why if a Navi Sheket came and showed us the greatest miracles, we don't believe him? The show us miracles. Why don't we believe him? Because if he's saying something which contradicts what Moshe Rabbeinu tells us, we don't lie, because Moshe Rabbeinu's Nevuah was not based on miracles, it was based on what we saw. We saw David to come to High Sign and tell Moshe Rabbeinu. So no miracle in the world can contradict what we see. The kid said, seeing establishes the reality we live in. So what's the point? The point is like this. In Hollywood, they have a whole machlaka, they have a whole department which is called special effects. I don't have to tell you, I'm sorry, you're better than me. And special effects means they show you things on a screen that you know is not true. That's what it's called special effects, like the lemon. There's nothing special about it, there's no effects. They show you people flying in Russia. You look at the screen, you see a person flying here, he's flying there. You know people don't fly. People can walk. How do they walk? They don't fly for sure, right? So how do they show a person flying? So when you watch on the screen the person flying, you look at it and say, pretty nice. That's a lie. That's not true, right? You look at a screen and you see animals talking. You ever see an animal talk? You ever see a person talk to an animal and have a conversation? It's entertaining, but you're watching something that you know is not true. That's the point I'm trying to say, right? There's nothing to do. So how does that hurt you? When you're watching these things, you're actually training yourself to give up. You're losing your koyach re'iyah to establish something, to be able to establish the truth of the world that's around you. And once you're there, you're blind. If you have healthy eyes, you can walk into shul, you see the Rebbe, you see a chassid, you see a Davar Shebekdusha, and you say, it's emes, and it impresses you, it affects you, it inspires you. But if you learn to live in a life where you see something and say, pretty nice, without dafke, so what's going to inspire you? You train yourself to see the truth and not believe it. So which kayach are you going to use now to attack and tell you the truth of life? So you wind up becoming blind and impossible to relate to the truth. Think about it. What greater handicap are you doing for yourself? And this is the real danger. It's one of the dangers of watching. And Baruch Hashem, there was a guy there. The Chaim, I'm trying to finish with this story. There was a guy. There was a Muslim guy. A Muslim guy. He was a leader of all the Muslims there. And Muslims are not the most friendly people, right? They're pretty violent. But this guy wasn't so violent. He was a leader of 30 guys, and typically stayed away from me. One day he walks into a room where we're sitting with other guys, and he asks me, Rabbi, I heard that you're not buying an MP3 player. What happened? They were selling, at that point in time, they were selling MP3 players to all the prisoners because they wanted to make money. And they got download music to all these guys. So everybody was excited. They talked about it for days, for weeks, months. They were getting MP3 player. Wow, they can buy their own music. They're excited about it. And the only guy from the whole place that wasn't buying an MP3 player was me. I don't know how he found out. How he found out from the guy I was with. I told him, I don't know why, because what did MP3 player for? Either to watch to get the audio out of the screens, which I wasn't watching anyways, or to listen to great music, which I wasn't listening to anyways. I didn't buy it. He finds out that the rabbi is not buying an MP3 player, so it was a chiddush for him. He wanted to verify it. So he walks in front of a few other goyim, and he asks, hey Rabbi, I heard you're not buying an MP3 player. So I tell him, I didn't want to be chused because he wasn't violent. So I said, it's true. I thought it's true. And back from that. No, I will listen. Why not? So I told him, I told him shorthand. I told him because they may have my body in prison, but I'm not giving up my soul to them. Sounds good, no? Sounds awesome. I thought it was an Arab, a Muslim, but he liked the title, not giving up my body. But he doesn't want. He's not. You see, he wasn't happy with the word. He wanted to have Chabad. He wanted to understand. Take favos. What am I talking about? And a whole Fabringen started over there. There was a few guys in the room. He had a Chabad. I shut the computer down. I asked the Fabringen. With the kids, I explained to him that Taka, my body, the federal government got me, put me in prison, but only my group is in prison. My neshama is not in prison. My neshama is free. How do I keep my neshama free? When I do a mitzvah, you never can understand. When I do God commands me commandments, and I have Jewish thoughts on my mind, and I think like a Jew, I'm free. So what do they want with MP3 player? They want me to buy the music. Yeah, the music is not passive. The music is somebody singing about certain things he wants, certain shifas, certain desires they like to get to, what they like, what they don't like, what they're afraid of, what they're not afraid of. Because I tell them, I'm not afraid of anything. I'm only afraid of God. I'm only afraid of doing something against God. And what they like and what they dislike is exactly what I have nothing to do with. Actually, so in Mela, I don't want to listen to the music, because by listening to the music, they're going to put in their way of thinking. And that's what I mean. I don't want to sell my soul. I don't want to think like them. I want to think like a Jew. He got very, very excited about this. He was a 6'2" Schwarzer. And he makes an announcement, he makes a message, he says, okay, I'm not buying an MP3 also. He wanted to show that the rabbi thinks he's holy, I'm holy with him. I'm thinking to myself, buy it, buy not, what do I care? The Pale, that finishes that story. A few weeks later, I see him sitting by a rail somewhere. He's holding an MP3 player, he's watching a TV show. I wanted to go over to him and tell him, mister, 1 second, he made a method like Rabbi. Where's that Torah Snedori? Where's that Mice? But what about your yeah. So I didn't do it for two reasons. The first reason is I didn't want to beat me up. That's the first reason. It's really, once you have that reason, you have to go further. But that's real. In fact, I didn't want to start off with it. But on a different level, it says you have to be an honor for the I chapsach that really there's nothing for me as a Yid to feel superior to him. Why couldn't he take a hang on without an MP3 player? And Baruch Hashem, I went on for 8.5 years on an MP3 player. And actually, I would tell you I'm normal today because I didn't have an MP3 player. If any psychiatrist would tell me get an MP3 player and watch a show and relax, I watched all the Yidden. That advice would be disaster for me. That's because I didn't, and that's because I kept my Yiddish head clear. I was able to daven. I was able to pick myself up above all the limitations and stay healthy. Not only spiritually, but mentally. I'm talking about, I'd like to tell you the story. After I came out, there was a gvir, there's a gvir, mentioned with a lot of more money, and I went to thank him for all the help that he did. Young guy, young Rabbi.